You want the best for your child. K-12 can help them gain the skills they need to reach their full potential while giving you the support you need to get them there. K-12-powered schools are tuition-free, accredited online public schools for students in kindergarten through 12th grade. Their state-certified teachers make online learning interactive and engaging, allowing your child to learn at their pace from the safety of home. Join the more than 3 million families who've chosen K-12. Go to k12.com/podcast today to learn more. That's k12.com/podcast.
This is the Berman Project. Hey, it's JD here, back for another week of introspection and reflection on grief, depression, and the pathway to mental wellness, all the while nourishing my soul with the music and art of the late indie rock singer-songwriter, David Berman. How the fuck are you, motherfuckers? That's the question of the day, isn't it? How are we? We take stock in the fall of how we are, and we put that through the rigors until we come up with a list of things we want to change about ourselves in the new year. And we use the calendar to achieve, these goals. I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but be careful when you take stock. The way you feel at the moment can influence or bias your outlook. And I know that the last few weeks I've been, in a pretty low place. Last week, notwithstanding, I think last week felt markedly different and better. And I think that this week is another notch up. I really do. Now, today, the day I'm recording this, of course, I feel like a sack of shit. And I just want to crawl under my bed. But the days leading up to this, I've felt reasonably human. I managed to stay up past 7 p.m., which is something that's been, going on for the better part of 2 or 3 years now, where I just crash. I crash at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30. And then I get up at 6:30. So I'm sleeping, to quote Bell and Sebastian, I'm sleeping the clock around, it's troublesome. So there's that. Aside from staying awake a little longer, I've just had a bit more pep in my step. I went for a couple walks the last consecutive days. Now today it's very cold out. I probably should try and go for a walk, but it's afternoon now and I don't do a whole lot in the afternoon. The afternoon is tough for me. It's sort of morning or bust, and it's feeling like a bust at this point. So I don't know, but I got to toughen up because this is just the start of winter. And fuck, does winter ever suck? Oh, it's so dark and it's cold and it's wet on your feet and it's just miserable. It's the realization of melancholy. It's the physical manifestation, rather, of melancholy. It's just, ugh. And it does nothing for my, my natural, I'm fucking totally okay disposition. So there's that. But I ask again, how are you? How are you? I hope you're all right. I've got a couple real nice letters over the past couple of weeks. One of them, came during a therapy session. And it was so gratifying to think that not only are people out there listening to this and participating in this, but that they would take the effort and time to drop me a note. It means so much. It's pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool.
Send in the clouds, bring down the rain, shut all the blinds and turn out the lights. I feel insane when you get in my bed. I am the trick my mother played on the world. 17 doctors couldn't decide whether I should be allowed in the game. Why can't monsters get along with other monsters? Swati Santra, Swati Santra. I know a puppy walked from Kentucky, made it to East Virginia by dawn. He has 17 ideas in his head. Windex tears flow down the robot's face. He never felt a mother's embrace. My mama named me after a king. I'm gonna bury my name in you. Why can't monsters get along with other monsters? Swati Santra, Swati Santra. They don't want to. Why can't monsters get along with other monsters? Swati Santra, Swati Santra, yeah, Swati Santra, Swati Santra. Whoa, Swati Santra, Swati Santra.
Don't step on it, motherfucker. What a fucking song. That should have been an indie rock hit. It's an anthem. And it's just really spectacular and emblematic of what this record is all about. And the strength of this record is staggering. It's staggering. And so we get Send in the Clouds. And I'm grinning. This has turned my day around. I'm not going to lie to you. I listened to it twice. And I'm ready to... I feel like, I don't know. I don't even know. Swadasantra? What does this phrase mean? As far as I can tell, researching, it's and that's Googling, really, and that's a cursory Google. So if you want to do some more far out research, please have at her. But as far as I can tell, it's gibberish, and it's not shocking. But it comes from a phrase that isn't gibberish, and it's soi-disant. And it's something like everyone, something like that. I don't know. I'm pretty fucking stoned. So there's that. I love the atmospherics in between the chorus and the verses. I think that's really, again, something you can shake your head at and think, God damn, this is not something that would have ever, when you go back and listen to earlier works, Natural Bridge, you just can't imagine. You can't imagine that sort of atmosphericness. And then you get the extended out. And what's not to love about that? When Malk comes in and does the Swadasantra on his own, why can't monsters get along with other monsters? When he does that on his own, it's fucking just great. When him and David sing together, it's glorious. It's truly, their voices work so well together. We get some classic Malkisms in there. There's the way he says, is it work? Let me look at the lyrics here for a second. Game. I believe it's game, whether I should be allowed in the game. And he says game in a really funny way. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, this is a good song. This is a great song. I'm going to listen to it again while you're listening to a poem. Self-Portrait at 28, from the collection of poetry by David Berman, Actual Air. I know it's a bad title, but I'm giving it to myself as a gift. On a day nearly canceled by sunlight, when the entire hill is approaching the ideal of Virginia, brochured with goldenrod and loblolly, and I think at least I have not woken up with a bloody knife in my hand. By then, having absently wandered 100 yards from the house while still seated in this chair with my eyes closed. It is a certain hill, the one I imagine when I hear the word hill. And if the apocalypse turns out to be a worldwide nervous breakdown, if our 5 billion minds collapse at once, well, I'd call that a surprise ending, and this hill would still be beautiful. A place I wouldn't mind dying alone or with you. I'm trying to get at something, and I want to talk very plainly to you, so that we are both comforted by the honesty. You see, there is a window by my desk I stare out when I'm stuck. Though the outdoors has rarely inspired me to write, and I don't know why I keep staring at it. My childhood hasn't made good materials either, mostly being a mulch of white minutes, with a few standout moments, popping tar bubbles on the driveway in the summer, a certain amount of pride at school every time they called it our son, and playing football when the only play was go out long are what stands out now. If I squeezed for more information, I can remember old clock radios with flipping metal numbers and an entree called Surf and Turf. As a way of getting in touch with my origins, every night I set the alarm clock for the time I was born so that waking up becomes a historical reenactment. And the first thing I do is take a reading of the day and try to flow with it, like when you're riding a mechanical bull and you strain to learn the pattern quickly so you don't inadvertently resist it. That is part 1 of Self-Portrait at 28 by David Cloud Berman. There are a couple parts to this poem, so we'll go through this week over week and see how we end up. But that's what we're going to do. So there's that. So this is the first week that I recorded the poem separately. I didn't go in like chronological order of the actual podcast that you listen to. So just to explain how I was able to listen to that song while you were hearing the poem, now you know. Now you know, because I was just doing some editing. I was just dropping it in there, you know, as they say. So something else came up. Well, first of all, let's just talk about this poem briefly, because it's one of 6 parts. So I'll do what I did for the other poem, and I'll stitch it all together at the end, and you can get the whole thing for effect. I think it's a tremendous work. It's, pretty deeply introspective. And at least I think, like, if he's being straight up with us and not being, a poet trying to write a poem that is somewhat elusive, then I think it's pretty straightforward. But that's art. Art is fucked that way, right? It can be straightforward, and then all of a sudden the artist can tell you no. And should an artist tell you no? I don't know. I think once the art is released to the world, it's everybody's, personally. So there's that. There's some great turns of phrase in there. I can't wait for you to hear the whole thing. It's really, really quite solid. And that's about what I have for you. So stay cool, stay hungry, stay foolish. Sorry I'm late today. And wash your goddamn hands. The Berman Project is a production of Duvra Podcasts and Such. You can find out more about the show at www.thebermanproject.xyz. That's right, I'm fucking Canadian. I'm also social. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, and all the rest at Berman Project. Duvra Podcasts and Such.
You want the best for your child. K-12 can help them gain the skills they need to reach their full potential while giving you the support you need to get them there. K-12-powered schools are tuition-free, accredited online public schools for students in kindergarten through 12th grade. Their state-certified teachers make online learning interactive and engaging, allowing your child to learn at their pace from the safety of home. Join the more than 3 million families who have chosen K-12. Go to k12.com/podcast today to learn more. That's k12.com/podcast.